welcome to the Stan Watson Show. I'm obviously not Stan Watson. I'm Reggie Gay, pinch hitting for my friend Stan Watson. We want you to stay tuned to the broadcast. We've got a lot of interesting guests who are going to bring you a ton of information about things that are happening close to home, so you stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment with the Stan Watson Show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Stan Watson Show. I'm sitting in for my buddy, DeKalb Councilman Stan Watson, who's just one of the best guys in the world. He couldn't be with us on this episode, so he asked me if I would sit in. Delighted to serve Commissioner Stan Watson, who does a fantastic job around DeKalb County, helping to keep us abreast of things that are happening in the community and certainly things that are happening in DeKalb County government. Well, let's get right to work. When you see the telephone number, if you have any questions of the guests that are going to be on this episode of the Stan Watson Show, I want you to feel free to call the phone number. In fact, jot the phone number down, and when you have a question, feel free to call in. We'll take your call on the air if time and space permit. Just want to remind you that when you're talking, talk to us on the telephone. Don't talk to us on the television. There's a slight delay that will possibly confuse you, so be sure you talk to us on the telephone. Let's get going right now. Our first guest represents the Community Achievement Center, and the president of the board of directors, Mr. Pat Patterson, is going to be with us now, and the vice president of the board of directors, Ms. Sheila Garner from the Community Achievement Center. Hello and welcome to the Stan Watson Show. How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to be here.
You're very welcome. Tell us about the organization. People that are watching this episode of the Stan Watson Show may not be familiar as to what your organization does. So let's start with you, Mr. Patterson.
Right. The Community Achievement Center is located at 4522 Flat Hills Parkway in DeKalb County.
That's definitely South DeKalb.
Absolutely. And the Community Achievement Center was designed to provide a venue for senior citizens, for regular citizens, for our young people, for all walks of life in the community.
Okay.
We have tried to develop strategies that would help us provide programming and events and activities for our seniors so that it would enhance the quality of their life. For our young people, we have a technology center that helps them prepare for the technology world that we live in.
Okay.
And then we have lots of activities for just regular, everyday citizens like us.
Right. Now, for those who are watching us in DeKalb County, Flat Hills Parkway is a very recognizable thoroughfare.
Yes.
It goes from right at the edge of South DeKalb Mall all the way down to Snapfinger. And to get people directly to that facility, can you pinpoint it? This is the facility that's just, if you're going, that would be east on Flat Shoals. It'd be just after Wall Drop. Am I right?
Yes.
On the left side.
Yes, at the
Exactly.
traffic light. It's just down the street. Our eastern neighbor is Greater Travelers Rest.
Absolutely.
Church.
Was that building a part of that church at one time? That was formerly the Cathedral of the Holy Spirit. Was that building a part of that church's campus at one time? I always wondered that.
Yes,
Okay.
it was. It was a very integral part of the church.
I believe it was their media center.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the media center.
Yeah, they did. They had a great media program at Cathedral of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
It was always very polished and very professional in presenting. Okay, so now that we know where it is, all right, to get there then, for folks that are watching, 285 then to Flat Hills Parkway, and then that's east going towards Snapfinger.
Yes.
Yes.
On the left, just as you pass Wall Drop. Wall Drop is that street, that you cut across when you don't want
Right.
to go all the way up or all the way on the backside.
Absolutely.
I love South DeKalb. I've been in South DeKalb for 13 years. And so,
Okay.
the one thing I like about South DeKalb is its sense of community.
Yes.
And a lot of residents have lived in South DeKalb for quite some time. So you see familiar faces and familiar businesses and so on and so forth. Tell us some more about the resources. Ms. Garner, what else, those that are watching Stan Watson Show, what else do they need to know about the facility?
Well, we are a 365 7 by 24 facility.
Okay.
We are open many people, we want the community to know that we're there because we're there as a resource for the citizens of DeKalb County.
Now, you mentioned different demographics
Right.
of the community. Let's start with the seniors. The big senior population, particularly in South DeKalb. Let's start with them. What does the facility offer seniors?
Well, the seniors can come in and use the computer lab. We have the computer lab there for them. We
Okay.
have exercise programs for the community. We also offer transportation for the senior citizens.
Really?
Yes, to go to, we have transportation to go to voting, you know,
Okay.
when they have to, when they want to go vote.
Certainly.
Yes, those things.
Is
yeah.
there a voter registration office at this center?
It was this past fall.
Yes, we,
This past fall, we
We're
did
approaching
offer.
midterm elections, so isn't this also a polling place? Have I seen that?
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
It's a
I
polling
thought I
place.
remembered seeing polling activities, but go
Yes.
ahead, what else for seniors? Seniors, I think, really need to know and be aware of the resource because a lot of times seniors don't know. And so what else there would be attractive to a senior citizen that may be watching?
Well,
Zumba?
we
Classes?
offer exercise classes.
Okay.
We offer the health classes. We offer classes and seminars on how not to be taken in by some of the unscrupulous people who try to get them to sell their houses, you know, for reverse mortgages and
But I was
things
going
like
to say that
yeah.
reverse mortgage is a big item with seniors.
Right, and
these days.
we've held seminars and invited the community in, and we've had realtors in to explain what's going on.
Okay.
Those type things,
All right.
yes.
Now, how long, Mr. Patterson, has the center been in existence?
We started our relationship back in 2005.
Okay, well, it's been a while, 9
Yes,
years.
we ended up getting our 501c3
Okay, so you're not
designation in 2007, and we actually opened the facility in 2008, in the fall of 2008, October,
All right.
actually.
All right. Now, at one time, there was going to be a television station, a television program that was going to be based there. Robert Townsend, do I remember?
Yes,
So then
that's
you
correct.
came after that. It was about 2005 that they tried to launch the television network to cater to the African American population in Metro Atlanta.
Right.
So you came then after that.
Yes, that program didn't get off the ground very well for whatever reason.
Money,
And-
no doubt.
Perhaps. And the facility sat vacant for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
The Delta Sigma Theta and Kappa Alpha Psi fraternities,
You're a noob?
I am,
Ha!
and we got together and we were looking for ways that we could collaborate.
Okay.
And their Life Development Center and our CAPSI Foundation were able to form a partnership with DeKalb County government.
Okay.
Yes.
And we formed a three-pronged approach to providing programs and servicing out of that facility.
Can you describe those three prongs? We've
Yes.
talked about what the center does for seniors.
Right.
Let's move on. Let's talk about the three prongs now and what the center could do to help the quality of life for others.
Yes. The county didn't have sufficient staffing to provide programs and services out of that facility.
Okay?
And that's where our organizations came in.
All right.
We had the staffing, we had the manpower and the woman power to be able to put on these activities, events, programs, and services. And the county, their role was they provided us the facility.
Okay?
Our role was to provide the programming and the services.
Wow.
So this collaboration
Partnership.
partnership was established basically to provide programming and services for the
So
community.
does the county subsidize the program?
Yes, the county does.
What
Very
type
much
of
so.
subsidy does the county provide to make the program work?
They provide funding through CDBG,
Okay, what is
Community-
CDBG?
Community Development Block Grant
All right, I got
funding.
that, right?
And they support us by providing the facility
Okay.
at no cost
Okay.
And
to the organization.
Wow, what a great blessing.
Maintaining
Yeah.
all of the,
And maintenance for the facility.
Most people struggle being in business because they can't keep up with the overhead.
Right.
right.
That's a tough nut to crack,
Well,
especially when you're launching a new business.
Now,
Right.
what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to become self-sufficient as the county provides that for us. we are supposed to become self-sufficient in bringing in grants and programs and funding
Okay.
to support the different programs for.
So the county is not going to subsidize this program into eternity. At some point, they're
No.
going to cut the apron strings.
That's right.
How far along are you?
Well, we're 5 years along.
5 years along.
And,
Well, you know the business principle, if you can last 5 years,
Yeah.
you got a shot at it, right?
Yes.
Absolutely, and we've survived.
Right.
And we've survived
Even through the
large-
tough economic times.
Even
I mean,
through
you
that.
started this in 2009, 2008, the economy went
Right.
south for a whole lot of people.
Right,
So,
right.
wow, that's pretty good. Now,
Absolutely.
what other types of partnerships? People need to understand that in DeKalb County, here's a good example of where our tax dollars are going to provide services to improve the quality of life, not just for seniors,
Right.
but for every citizen, particularly in South DeKalb.
Absolutely.
Now, where are you going from here? Who have you established partnerships with to eventually one day cut the apron strings to the county?
Well, we've identified a number of banking institutions
Like?
that have provided funding for us. Wells Fargo, Bank of America.
Okay? The big
we-
boys.
Wachovia, yeah.
Big boys,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
And we've established smaller relationships with other organizations.
Okay.
We've got library services at the facility
Okay.
for our young people, for
All right.
our young adults, and for our seniors.
Right.
We've got a technology center in the facility with computer
Mm-hmm.
access for our young people and for our seniors.
Okay.
We provide a number of programs like financial planning kinds of programs. I think
Seminars.
Ms. Garner pointed out
Okay.
that we do this reverse mortgage classes so that our seniors are not in a situation where they don't understand
Right.
what's going on and get duped into
Absolutely.
doing something that they don't want to do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But we've also thought that investment planning was a part of our requirement to the community.
Okay.
And that is to make sure that the community understands, how do I invest my dollars so that later down the road at retirement or beyond, I can continue to survive.
All right.
And we're looking for those kinds of things.
We're talking on the Stan Watson Show. We're talking with a couple of great guests who are informing and educating about a great facility that's located in the heart of South DeKalb. They're on Flat Shoals Parkway. It is called the Community Achievement Center. Our special guest for this episode of the Stan Watson Show is the President of the Board of Directors, Mr. Pat Patterson, and the Vice President of the Board of Directors, Ms. Sheila Garner. This is a great resource.
Absolutely.
I had no idea. I knew that it was there, but I didn't realize you had all this going on in that facility. What's your foot traffic like?
Well, our foot traffic, part of the reason that we're here tonight
Is to promote.
is to promote.
You have to promote.
Yes.
We
Promote,
offer,
right?
We want people to know that we're there.
Okay.
And we've done advertising. We've held many community programs there, but we still need to get the word out that
you
we're
exist.
there
Is
and
there a
what we're
website?
there for.
Is there a website?
Pat, what is the web?
yes, there is.
Okay, then let's not go there. Is there a telephone number where people can call for further information?
Yes, 404
404
214
214.
7400.
Oh, that's an easy number.
Yes.
404-214-7400. Those of you that are watching, if you're watching the telecast and you're in especially South DeKalb, all of DeKalb County, but especially South DeKalb, Flat Shoals Parkway, I want you to look into, take advantage of this great resource. It's called the Community Achievement Center. You can contact the President of the Board of Directors, Mr. Pat Patterson, or the Vice President, Ms. Sheila Garner. Their phone number is 404-214-7400. That's an easy number, 404-214-7400. Mr. Patterson, Ms. Garner,
We'll-
thank you so very much.
We'll be waiting for you.
Absolutely.
We're looking
You're
forward to
watching
it.
the Stan Watson Show.
It's just the way that you can. It's just the way that you love me. It's just the way that you can.
Late last night, as I finally closed my eyes, I felt you oh so near as I held my pillow tight. No more lonely days, no more sleepless nights. I feel secure in your arms, Lord. I'm glad you're in my life.
It's just the way that you love me. just the way that you love me.
Lord, I'm glad you're in
It's
my
just the way that you
life. Ooh, it's just the way you gave me peace that the world can't understand. You gave me joy and the world can't comprehend. No, you gave me life to live abundantly. Feels so good to be loved by you, oh God, I feel so free.
It's just the way that you love me.
It feels so good inside.
It's just the way that you care.
Ooh, I know that you'll be there.
It's just the way that you love me.
It's just the way.
It's just the way
It's
that
just
you
the
care.
way. Just the way. Ooh,
I like the way you did when you did what you did to me.
over and over again.
You
yeah.
changed my heart and it set me free.
Set me free. And that is why I'll always love you so.
I just want you to know.
And that is why I'll never let you
It's
go.
just the way, it's just the way that you love me.
Ooh, it feels so good inside.
It's just the way that you care.
Know that you'll be right there.
It's just the way that you love me.
Lord, I'm glad you're here in
It's
my
just the way that you
life.
care.
Searched all over, can't find
It's
nobody
just
like
the way that you love
you.
me.
I can't find nobody.
It's just the way
Just the
that
way
you
that you
care.
care for me.
Nobody like you.
There is none
It's
like
just the
you.
way that you love me.
Thank you for the way you love me.
It's just the way that you care.
You're watching The Stan Watson Show. I am Reggie Gay, gospel radio DJ, VJ in Atlanta, filling in for my friend, Commissioner Stan Watson. He'll be back on the next episode. Hey, listen, let me take this opportunity to invite those of you that are watching to catch my radio show. It's on AM 1480, WYZE, on Sunday from 2 until 5 p.m. Right after church, turn to WYZE, AM 1480 for the Reggie Gay Gospel Show. My website is reggiegay.com. We stream gospel music 24/7, 365. You can listen right now. Free apps also for the Android and the iPhone. You can listen on the go. Listen, if you have a question or a comment for the Stan Watson Show, you're welcome to give us a call. When you see the phone number, give us a call. We'll be glad to answer your question or at least try to direct you in the right manner should you want to know something about what's going on, especially in South DeKalb. Going to the phone lines right now. Hello, Stan Watson Show. Hello, caller, are you there? I don't guess they're there. Call us back if you'd like. We'd be delighted to take your calls. When you see that phone number on the bottom of your screen, I want you to jot their phone number down and give us a call, particularly if you have questions of the guests that are on the Stan Watson Show. Did we get the caller connected yet? Okay, we'll move on. Stan Watson Show. Again, my name is Reggie Gay, and I'm filling in for Commissioner Stan Watson. Our next guest is a very dapper gentleman, dresses sharp all the time. I remember our next guest when he was principal at another DeKalb County High School, Miller Grove, out off of Panola Road, out in Lithonia. But he is now the principal of the Towers High School and is in the progress of a great turnaround at a very recognizable and legendary high school in DeKalb County. Would you all please welcome Dr. Ralph Simpson. Dr. Simpson, how are you, sir?
I'm great, sir. Best day of my life.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Me and you both now. I'll
Yes,
take
sir.
that bow tie when you get through with it, Doc.
can have it. You
Yes,
can have
sir.
it. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Stan Watson Show.
Thanks for having
Have you ever
me.
been before?
This is my first time.
Your first time?
Yes, sir.
Stan does a fantastic job connecting grassroots with DeKalb County, especially South DeKalb.
Absolutely.
So I think this is a great spot for you to be as the new principal at Towers High School.
Yes, sir.
Let's get acquainted with you though first. Dr. Ralph Simpson, where are you originally from?
Born and raised, city of Atlanta.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Please don't you a Grady baby?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
You either Grady baby or the Atlanta Medical Center up on Boulevard.
Grady
One of the
baby.
two, right?
Grady baby. all
Grady
the way.
baby.
Yes,
Where
sir.
would downtown Atlanta be if Grady Hospital would have ever moved?
Don't know. Don't know. We've got to have Grady.
Is that an anchor for downtown Atlanta or
Absolutely.
what?
Absolutely.
You know, flying in, I was in Chicago recently and coming back into Atlanta, the flight path took us over the edge of downtown Atlanta. And what did I see? Grady Hospital.
That's it. That's right. That's right. That's
So
how
you're-
That's how you identify those who are truly from Atlanta.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because a lot of people are transplants. I'm a transplant. I'm
Okay,
originally from
okay.
Kentucky, moved here to
Okay,
go to graduate
okay.
school, and it worked out for a brother.
Okay, okay,
Atlanta's a
okay.
good place for a brother.
It is.
Yeah, you can come here, you can get situated. Takes time though.
Oh, yes, sir.
I've advised a number of brothers who have come here, and Dr. Simpson were on the verge of being disappointed. I said, no, takes time.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built
Gotta
overnight,
stick it
right?
out. Yes, sir.
But back to you. You have siblings, your family, your mother,
I
what
do.
church?
I do. I'm a member of New Birth. I have an
Mr.
older
Betty
brother.
Long.
Yes, sir. I have
Okay.
an older brother.
Okay.
And two beautiful children.
Okay, all right.
Chandler, 18, and a daughter, Skylar. She's
You don't
8.
look like you a day past 35 yourself, Dr. Simpson. You got an 18-year-old son.
13.
13. I thought you said
My daughter-
18.
no, 13. My daughter is 8.
Your daughter's 8. Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
thought I heard you say 18.
Oh, no.
13-year-old
13 and 8.
son.
Yes, sir.
And an 8-year-old daughter.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Well, again, welcome to the Stan Watson Show. I'm delighted to discuss with you your position at Towers High School.
Go ahead.
High school's tough, Doc.
It is.
That's tough.
It is.
I mean, it takes, I think, a called upon person who has the ability to communicate with that demographic.
Yes, sir.
You know, what is high school? These 15 has been so long.
Yes, sir.
What is it, 15 to 18, I think it is?
15, 19.
Yeah, you think
relatively
you know
speaking.
everything, you don't know
Absolutely.
nothing.
Correct.
That
Correct.
kind of
Yes,
thing.
sir. Yes, sir.
Now, what moved you, because when I met you, you were at Miller Grove.
Yes, sir.
Big brand new school.
Yes, sir.
Technology, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, sir.
What moved you from that nice school over to Towers High School?
Yes, sir. Well, I served 3 years at the district office as an assistant superintendent, area
Okay.
assistant superintendent for
So
3
after
years.
Miller Grove,
Yes, sir.
you were an area superintendent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And 3 years after that, then I was at Tucker High School.
Tucker, okay,
And-
yes.
and
Druid
then,
Hills? Where
that
is
area,
Tucker?
in La Vista.
La
Tucker,
Vista,
in the city of
absolutely.
Tucker.
Right.
And then I was reassigned.
Nice school too, by the way.
Oh, brand new school as well.
Right.
And then in June, I was appointed by the new superintendent, Mr. Thurman.
Absolutely,
and
Michael
reassigned to the principal at Towers High School.
Okay, all right. How's it going?
It's great. It's
Mm-hmm.
great. Towers has had its challenges.
What were some of the challenges at Towers?
They probably have been one of the lowest performing schools in the district, high schools, relatively speaking.
And what do you attribute the low performance to?
Turnover, teacher turnover.
Why is there a teacher turnover there? Morale is low?
Very
Leadership
low
poor?
morale. Poor leadership, turnover at the leadership ranks. In the last 10 years, there's been almost 300 teachers in and out of the door.
300 teachers in and out of Towers.
Within the last 10 years,
Dr.
almost
Simpson,
300.
that's a broken system.
Absolutely.
Okay, why did DeKalb County Schools let it sink to that level? What happened?
Now, that's a question I can't answer. Along with the teacher turnover, because teachers are very selective about where they want to go. Teachers don't necessarily follow buildings, they follow people.
Okay.
So when you lack the leadership or effective leadership, teachers will typically go where there's effective leadership and not necessarily to follow that particular school.
So Towers had issues with leadership.
Yes, sir.
All right, which
8
is
principals in 8 years. I'm number 8.
8 principals
Yes, sir.
in 8 years.
Yes, sir. And I'm number 8.
And you're number 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any idea why they were averaging only a year? What's the problem?
It ranges from.
What did you run into when you went in the door? What were some of the challenges? You're not new to this.
Yes, sir.
You've been at this for a while.
Yes,
what were
sir.
some of the challenges Dr. Ralph Simpson identified immediately?
It was a toxic culture, student culture. And we had to be very strategic in implementing a culture and a foundation that was based on educational academic success.
Okay.
That foundation is is discipline and order. You've got to have culture and climate, a positive culture and climate, in order to have academic achievement.
Absolutely.
That's a no-brainer to me, but for those outside of education, they may view that a little bit different.
Right.
You can't have a teacher teaching a class if there's no discipline and order inside the classroom.
Absolutely.
So it was very, very important for us to establish that foundation with creating a culture and a climate that's conducive to learning.
Okay.
So we did that by allowing the students to step into our culture and not stepping into theirs.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
That means that we have a level of expectations that they have to rise to.
Okay.
Things are not going to go according to the way they want them to go.
After all, you are the teacher.
Absolutely, absolutely. No headphones, no earphones, no electronic devices.
Oh, wow.
Pants being pulled up on your waist.
Okay.
No bearing of midriffs. You know, things that are typically a distraction and a disturbance in the hallways and the classrooms, those types of things had to be eliminated.
How much parental support are you getting with this new style of management?
It was buy-in, I'd say, because people wanted change. The parents wanted some stability. The children wanted some stability and some structure. So coming in with a reputation of having done similar work in other schools at Miller Grove and prior to Miller Grove at Stone Mountain High School, then it was a preconceived notion that there were going to be some changes. I think many of the children didn't believe that the changes would last. You know, they say it takes 21 days to establish and create a habit. After 21 days, I shared with the teachers that on day 22, we're going to step it up a notch.
Okay.
Because we're going to be more convincing about what it is that we expect. And they, after that period of time, and maybe a little bit before that, it happened truly before and a lot sooner than I would have anticipated. You know, getting students to class on time. When the bell rings, you need to be in class and not in the hallways, making sure that students are where they were supposed to be. I shared with the teachers, when students are in transition, the teachers need to be in the middle of the hallways, because if they're in the middle of the hallway, then the students have to walk on the sideways. I encourage them to believe that we own the hallways, but we allow for the students to walk up and down the hallways.
Okay, all
So,
right.
you know, standing at the door, greeting the children to come in. We greet them in the morning. Several administrators are standing at the door when they get off the bus. On the very first day of school, we had a grandstand, had the band, the cheerleaders, the ROTC welcoming them back to school. We rolled out the red carpet. And then I had an opportunity to address them in the gym, and I just had to let them know things are going to be a little bit different.
Here's what we ain't going to tolerate.
Absolutely. We created something called the Titan Way.
I am talking with the new principal of Towers High School, which is off Glenwood in Decatur, Georgia, Dr. Ralph Simpson, all right? And he is establishing a new system of order at Towers High School. If you have questions of, or if you're a parent of a student or students at Towers High School and you have questions or comments, you're welcome to call me. You see the phone number on the bottom of the screen. I want you to pick up the phone and call, because here's a perfect opportunity to talk to the principal of Towers High School. We've got a call right now. Hello, you're on the Stan Watson Show. Hello. Caller, are you there? Are you there, caller? All right, well, let us know when you get the call together. Dr. Simpson, now, the first 21 days, what did you do on the 22nd day?
Just to reinforce what it is what the expectations were.
Okay.
You know, got on the intercom, made sure I was very, very clear,
Okay.
made sure I was very, very vocal, and we established a level of presence. Probably like no other school in the school district. I have 48 male staff members.
48
Yes, sir.
male staff members.
Yes, sir. 38 of those 48 are are certified teachers.
Okay, now, what's the ethnic breakdown of those men? African American,
It's
Caucasian?
probably about, I would say, close to 80% African American.
Okay, I was thinking that's a gimme there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you're going to be in a neighborhood that's apparently African American.
But that wasn't the premise of why I did it. I didn't staff and hire based on race. You know, typically when I hire and staff, I'm looking for those that love children, because
Okay.
love is colorblind.
Okay.
And whether they're African American or whether they're white, anybody can be just as effective.
Okay.
I mean, I have some that are more effective than others, and it has nothing to do with race.
Certainly.
But it does have a tremendous impact when the majority of your students are African American males, many of them not having the male presence of a father in the household, and to see that many men in a building that they can identify identify with. While they can look at me and say, I don't want to be like that man, they have many other men in the building to choose from.
All right. I am talking with Dr. Ralph Simpson, the esteemed principal of Towers High School in Decatur, Georgia. He is here telling us what's really going on at Towers High School. I love this, Dr. Simpson, so they don't have to wonder. They've got the leader of the school, the principal, telling you what's happening at Towers High School. It's one of the reasons I love Stan's show.
Yes, sir.
It touches the grassroots,
Yes,
where real people are. These are real issues. These are real concerns.
Absolutely.
You and I both know if you don't graduate with at least a high school diploma,
Gotta have it.
I mean, you can't hardly compete with a high school diploma, but you at least need to have that.
That's the equalizer.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
That's the equalizer.
Now, what percentage, realistically, what percentage of these students do you think will go on to post-secondary education?
My graduation rate last year was 44.1%.
And that was at
Towers High School.
Towers High School.
Yes, sir. 44.1%.
What's the goal this year?
At least 70%.
Let's talk about testing right now.
Yes, sir.
How does that work in the school system these days? There's a parent watching.
Yes, sir.
We're rolling up on testing season right about now.
Yes, sir.
Do I remember reading that students have to pass an equivalency test before they can graduate?
There's a combination. That's the end of the course test.
Okay.
And there are 8 subjects that they have to pass as well as the class.
Okay.
And
Lot different from when you and I were in high school.
Absolutely. You know, the superintendent in this initiative, especially with what's been coined as the growth achievement model,
Okay.
where the Department of Leadership and Curriculum and Instruction have gotten together and rolled out a model for all of the schools, elementary, middle, as well as high schools, for these next 6 to 7 week or the next 6 to 7 week window prior to the CRCT and end of the course test, for us to actually take a laser focus at how we can identify students that may be deficient in areas in which we know we need to coach up, ramp up, and make sure that they're ready and prepared to successfully complete the end of the course test,
Sure.
as well as the CRCT. So we offer after-school tutorial, 4 days a week. We offer morning tutorial. Matter of fact, we just sent home documentation to every parent. For every parent of a child that has a 75 average or below in their class, after-school tutorial is mandatory.
Okay.
Now, mandatory, as we know, means you have to come.
Sure.
But we can't make them come. We offer transportation for them as well. We even feeding them in the afternoon.
You're practically giving them on a silver platter here. Why wouldn't they take that?
Well, you know, to encourage and make sure that they understand that education is a means to your success.
Right.
While many may not understand that, we have to show them what that looks like. And just as I stated earlier about education being the equalizer, has nothing to do with where you're from.
Sure.
Has nothing to do with socioeconomics. This is a level playing field if you can matriculate through someone's high school, get into a junior college technical school,
Sure.
then there are no excuses. And we've got to eliminate those excuses and not accept excuses for those that are given this opportunity as though we've given them.
We're talking with Dr. Ralph Simpson. Dr. Simpson is the principal, the new principal of Towers High School, which is over off Glenwood in Decatur, Georgia, between Glenwood and Covington Highway, if you want to pinpoint the territory where you find Towers High School. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue the stimulating conversation with Dr. Simpson from Towers High School. And I want him to explain again, we're coasting toward the end of the school year, and you may have a senior in your household that may be tripping and missing the mark. Dr. Simpson's going to give you a complete rundown as to what you as a parent or guardian needs to be watching for to be sure that your child graduates end of this school year. We'll be right back. Stan Watson Show.
Lift my hands and sing for you, Lord, run and never get tired. Praise never expires. Live for you, Lord, for you, Lord.
Yo, you got 5 seconds to get to the dance floor. Yo, that's 5, 5, 5. That's 4, 4, 4. That's 3, 3, 3. That's 2, 2. Now everybody clap it. Yo, say everybody clap it. Come on, yo, yo, yo. Everybody.
You're You're watching the Stan Watson Show. Reggie Gay substituting for Stan on this episode. We're talking with Dr. Ralph Simpson, the principal, I gotta say president, am I prophesying something? The principal
Really?
of the Towers High School in Decatur, Georgia. Real quick, run down what parents need to be looking for with regard to getting their kid graduated.
They need to have had a conference with a meeting, a session with the child's counselor.
At Towers High School?
At the school,
If it hadn't
absolutely,
happened,
absolutely.
where do they call?
They call the school.
Okay.
678-874-2202. We had junior conferences today. We've already had senior conferences.
Okay.
But if there are any questions or concerns about whether your child is on track for graduation in May 22nd to be specific, they need to come to the school.
All right. His name is Dr. Ralph Simpson. He is the principal of the Towers High School. If you have any questions, I am confident that Dr. Simpson and his staff would be glad to entertain your calls, all right? You stay tuned. We'll be back with more of the Stan Watson Show.
There's a special place I like to go to get away from the troubles of this world. A special place for me and you that no one goes but you and I. In all of my dreams, I never imagined a place that could be so wonderful. It's just the place that I find all the love I've been waiting for. Lord, you're everything I want, and everything I need. Whatever you want me to do, I will do it. I promise I will be here anytime. I lay my life down on the line, 'cause everything I am and everything I want and everything I need, I find in you. Even the little things you do for me when I am here makes living oh so nice. I know I can count on you to be there to make everything alright. In all of my dreams, I never imagined a place that could be so wonderful. It's just the place that I found all the love I've been waiting for.
You never miss your water until the well runs dry. Some people say the grass is greener on the other side now.
It doesn't matter where I turn, I know you'll be right by my side. I don't care what people say, no, 'cause in you I'm satisfied. You're everything I want.
You're watching the Stan Watson Show. Reggie Gay, gospel radio DJ VJ in Atlanta, substituting for my friend Stan Watson. He'll be back on the next episode. Well, let's move along with our next special guest. They are Sharon Saffold, who is the event chairwoman and spokesperson for the Giant event, and Yaya Anderson, Georgia's own up-and-coming singer-songwriter that performed at the Giant event 2014. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Wonderfully well. Thank
I understand
you
the
guys.
event has occurred. What happened at the Giant event 2014?
Oh, you missed it, Mr. Gay. Oh, we had a good time.
What happened?
Well,
Pour
we-
the tea. Inquiring minds want to know.
We honored some of Georgia's own, many of Georgia's own, many right here from DeKalb County.
Okay.
We honored Georgia's top leaders.
Okay.
We honored Georgia's top community leaders. We honored employees from some of Georgia's top businesses.
Okay.
So the Giant event is about making sure that everyday giants, such as the next door neighbor, or the school teacher, your favorite
Local
school
heroes,
teacher,
huh?
local heroes
Sure,
are
sure,
honored.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
and so we did it really big. We had red carpet, and we're
Okay.
going to actually show a commercial so that the audience gets to see a little bit of what we did and how
How
we
long
did
has
it.
the organization been in existence?
2 years, actually.
2 years,
Yes, sir,
all right.
2 years.
Now-
So we're looking
now-
forward to many more.
Okay, now who founded the organization, the Giant Event?
Sharon
You?
Sappho. Yes,
Sharon
sir.
Sappho, very
Yes,
good.
sir.
What was the motivation behind it?
The giants that inspired the change in my life.
Okay, and
Yeah.
who were those giants that inspired change in your life?
You want to hear about all 30 of them?
No.
All right then.
We don't have that kind of time.
No, sir, no, sir. But the book
Pick a
tells you
couple
about
of them, though.
You like, okay, Sandy Davis. When I went to, I lived in Scottsdale, Georgia, which is right here off
Sure,
of North Decatur Road.
absolutely, absolutely.
At 14 years old, high school dropout.
Okay.
Sandy Davis actually shielded me at 14 years old.
Okay.
Self-parented at 14. She shielded me from a lifestyle that was very dangerous.
She mentored you.
She mentored me,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's the
Lubel-
African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child.
I like that. Ditto.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went on. Bottom line is, I just got my GED last year in June.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you. I now attend Spelman as
Okay.
a Paulini Drake Scholar.
My star.
Yes, sir.
What's your major?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Comparative Women's Studies is the major, minor religion.
Comparative
Women's Studies.
Women's Studies. Now, what will that degree do for you?
Well, I'm a motivational speaker and an author.
Okay.
And so we'll just enhance the platform about sharing how women can help change the world. You know the old Chinese proverb, women hold up half the sky?
Absolutely.
I believe it.
So the Giant Event is an outpouring of your abundant spirit.
Oh, well, I like that. I'll take it.
exactly what it
In
is.
your words, I'll take
Well,
it.
because we have to touch each other in the community. We have to inspire. It's tough these days for a lot of people.
Yes,
The
yes.
government has failed people, and people can't trust. People just have a trust issue
Yes.
with community these days. So it's refreshing to hear about an organization that reaches out and awards to people that have gone above and beyond.
Yes, and I'll tell you what's unique about the Giant Event is that there is no nomination process.
Okay.
If you say they're a giant, we believe you.
You believe.
We believe you.
At the
So
end
you
of the
don't
day.
have to write letters in and tell us how
Okay.
big your giant was over
right.
somebody else.
All right.
There is no, my mom took in 5 kids, well, my mom
Sure.
took in 10.
Sure.
No, there's only one way to get your giant honored at the Giant Event.
And that is to nominate.
No, there is no nomination
Okay.
process. This is a community event. So
Okay.
you say they're a giant,
And then you
and
award.
Reggie, we believe you.
Listen, the phone number to the Stan Watson Show, get it up on the screen. If you have questions for Ms. Sappho, who is the chairperson and the spokesperson of the Giant Event, you give her a call, all right? Call her. If you're a local business owner and you'd like to sow seed into this organization to help them with the mission of the Giant Event, call the studios here at the Stan Watson Show. Get pen and paper ready because I also want to ask you to give you her phone number where you can be in touch with the Giant Event. Let's talk
Yes.
about this book you got in your hand.
Yeah,
What's that book?
actually, and we're going to take them to
Cake and
commercial.
what? Cake and Combat?
Cake and Combat Boots, Able
Okay.
Giants.
Able Giants. You got a commercial
Able
on it?
Giants.
Let's
Yes,
run the
sir.
commercial so we can see what it is that they're talking about.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lou Beltrami, and I was a 2013 founding giant brought into the event by Sharon Sappho. I've got to say that today, listening to all the stories of everybody was really motivating. I like hearing the stories of everybody has a different perspective on what it is that makes somebody a giant in their life. And I've walked out of here with a great feeling, and I think she's accomplished exactly what she set out to do, and that it's going to be something that we carry forward.
so much that you can do in the local community.
That was
so
fun to watch.
So much
Yes,
you can
sir.
do.
That was fun
so
to watch.
much you can do. People think you have to do big, gigantic things. You can do small things in a big way.
You better say it.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
You're
sir.
touching the. I'm a big fan, Ms. Salvo, of touching people at the grassroots level. I've always been that way. I think if you touch people at home, it's like, people think government functions at the national level. No, they make decisions to send funds to the state and local level.
Right.
Government is actually operated at the local level.
Yes,
What
sir.
you're doing is you're touching people in the local market, which is where people need to be inspired.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So what's coming up for the Giant event in 2015?
What was really, really exciting about the Giant Event 2015 is that Louis Beltrami, which is the gentleman that was on the commercial,
Right.
gave me my first break without a high school diploma, without a GED,
Okay.
when I was 22 years old.
Okay.
Many, many years ago, employed me.
You don't look a day past
yes,
25.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Keep it coming. You're a giant. Keep it coming.
This is heavy.
Oh,
my
yeah, those are the
God.
Crystal Awards that we have. Oh, you got to wait to see next year awards. We
You
already
hit
ready for
somebody
next
and look
year.
at this. You hit somebody in the head with this, baby. They're
It's a
out for
weapon.
life. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Yes, let me tell you that not only do they get Crystal Awards, but
Okay.
you should see the invitation that comes.
Wow.
When you are invited to be a giant, you get this in the mail.
Okay.
This is a keepsake plaque, and you know what it says,
Okay,
Mr.
what
Gay?
does it say?
It says, I know somebody you know. That changes lives wherever they go. You've changed my life in such a way that you'll be honored on this day.
Wow.
You have been cordially invited to have dinner with a giant.
So you send them a glass invitation.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
better
sir.
work is all
Yes,
I got
sir.
to
Oh,
say.
that's not it.
How can people, wait a minute, let's move on. How can people contact you about the organization?
Oh, certainly. Well, thegiantevent.com,
Right.
www.thegiantevent.com.
Giantevent.com.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes. And then they can contact us directly
Okay.
at 404
Okay.
786 9998.
All right, 786-9998, 404.
Yes, sir, Mr.
786-9998.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you need support from the business community?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Okay.
This is really, really excellent for the business community
Okay.
because most small businesses have that tenured staff.
Absolutely.
That secretary that's been there.
Sure,
that,
sure. That needs to be appreciated.
There you go.
Can't pay them much.
This is better.
But
There
these
you
kind
go.
of perks make it all worthwhile. Now, what's
It-
that you have in your hand there?
They also get, what actually comes in here is their red carpet. We have limos drive them to the door.
No, not
Oh,
the
yeah,
limo,
we have
too.
we have paparazzi calling them by
Hold
name.
up now.
Yes, sir. So what goes in here is their red carpet photo.
You done roll the red carpet
oh,
out.
no, limo to the
But
red
isn't
carpet.
that what people just need to be made to feel good? If it's no more than for one night, just appreciate people.
And guess what? It's an inspiring way to show gratitude.
Absolutely.
And it's a thank you can see.
And all this came because somebody helped you.
You better say it.
Isn't
Somebody
that
was
something?
a giant to me.
We've all been helped. If everybody were to take that mentality, take that work ethic, the community would be such a better place.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about you, but I love South DeKalb. There's a sense of community in South DeKalb that I don't find anywhere else in Atlanta. And these types of programs seem to really be
Yes,
really
sir.
be
South
resonating.
DeKalb, I went to Rainbow Elementary, Columbia Drive Elementary, Peachcrest Elementary. So, yeah.
Where you go to high school?
At Druid Hills High School.
Okay, I get it.
Yes, sir.
Listen. We got to pause that now. We're going to be right back in just a moment. Reggie Gay in for Stan Watson. Listen, we're going to bring on Yaya. Right now, Yaya going to come and give us something. You better sing, girl. I mean,
Oh, she
you
turned
better
out the
sing.
giant event. No, she was a favorite.
Let's wrap this up. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the Stan Watson Show.
Give you reverence, so rise, so arise. Let your awesome power shine. Arise. God, we worship you today. God, we want your awesome power to arise in us, Lord. Father God, we want you to show us the way, God. Most of all, God, we want you to arise and shine in our life, God. Just as your word says, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. God, we want your glory to rise upon us today, Father. God, we surrender ourselves to you right now, God. God, arise upon us today. Arise in our lives, God. Arise in our homes, God. let your glory shine upon us, God. For this is your vengeance. And I give this war to you. For the enemy is rendered powerless against the hand of my risen Savior. Arise, take joy, my King. Speak for me, stand for me. Arise. When I look back over my life and see just where you brought me from, I'm surrounded by your goodness and amazed by your grace. How you kept me from danger seen and unseen. I can't help but say, I thank you and I love you. I love you. No one else before you. And I praise you. I praise you.
Let's go straight to the music right now, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Yaya.
I am a soldier.
The Bible says, fight the good fight of faith. And I can, and I will.
I am a soldier. I am a soldier. The devil can't hold me down. Break free from your imperfections and iniquities. Each day that I live, you give me a second chance. Each day that I live, you hold my hand. There's a daily battle that you have to fight, a battle between yourself and mankind. The gospel is the way to go, so keep that in mind. I am a soldier. He can't break me and he can't hold me. If you just trust in yourself and know that confidence is key, you forever survive. God can deliver you in the nick of time. He can take you higher, 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 higher. I am a soldier. Come on, y'all. The devil can't hold me down. Break free from your imperfections and in